Hello everybody and welcome to the Laravel 5 Recipes course. You are watching Intermediate Laravel, how to add popular features to your applications. And my name is J. Alexander Curtis. Most people just call me Alex to make it easy to remember. And I have been developing on Laravel since version 3, building tons of advanced web applications in the process. I am passionate about building memorable web experiences that not only delight, but also convert users. I've consulted with well-known companies, people I'm sure you've heard of like Expedia, eBay, and Comcast. I've worked with them to improve their conversion rates, improve their customer journey, and improve their web applications in general. Now, throughout this course, if you guys have any questions, be sure to hit me up on Twitter. I love hearing from my students, so you guys can find me on Twitter at _JACURTIS. That's _JA Curtis. And again, I love hearing from my students. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask over on Twitter. Or if you guys are just starting the course, I'd love to meet you. Go ahead, just let me know you got the course and you guys are starting it or when you finish it, and I'd love to keep in touch. Now let's go ahead and talk about the course and what we're going to be learning. We got a lot to cover throughout this, and everything is going to help build and improve your applications in Laravel. We're going to start off by learning about Laravel Mix and how we can process our CSS using CSS preprocessors and JavaScript. And we will learn how to customize Laravel Mix and do a lot of more advanced things with Laravel Mix that you may not know existed. After that, every application needs to be able to send notifications, and that's what we'll be talking about next. Sending notifications in Laravel, everything from emails to SMS text messages and Slack notifications. We're going to cover all of that throughout this course at different points, and we are going to make them all dynamic so that they dynamically pull customer information and just dynamically create these notifications to make it feel like your application is really alive. Next, every application needs to upload files at some point, and we're going to learn how to do that. We're going to be uploading a user profile image to our server, and then also learning how to upload files to Amazon S3 and doing that. Now, of course, you can upload to Amazon S3 and tons of other cloud service providers. I'll show you guys how to do all of that so that you guys will become file upload masters. Next, we'll be working with APIs, and APIs are critical with any modern web application because modern web applications require them to be able to communicate with other applications. And so we'll learn all about APIs throughout this course, how we can consume APIs on the server side using PHP, and then also how to do it on the client side using JavaScript. There's a lot to cover, and you guys are going to learn a ton about working with APIs throughout this course. So much so that we're actually going to be building a simple weather application to connect multiple APIs together. So we're actually going to allow a user to type in their address. We're going to use one API to go out and get the coordinates for that address and basically convert that into coordinates. And then we're going to use the response from that API request and then use that to fulfill a second API request to actually get that weather and display that to the user. All of that without doing any page refreshes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys are going to learn a lot from it. Now, before we get started, there are a few things we got to make sure that you understand before you get started with this course. And these are prerequisites in order to make sure that you can keep up and understand where we are learning. Of course, the first one is going to be PHP. This is a PHP framework after all. I want to make sure you have that basic understanding of PHP. After that, we do need to make sure you understand HTML and CSS, be comfortable building that, and also maybe just a little bit of JavaScript. The JavaScript we cover in this course, I'm going to assume that you don't have much knowledge with it and kind of show you all the basics, but the more JavaScript knowledge you have, the more easy you might learn when we start working with the JavaScript APIs. And then after that, make sure you have the Laravel basics down. This is information knowledge like working with routes, models, views, controllers, and Eloquent. And as long as you understand those basics, you're going to have no problem throughout this course. Now, if you do want to go back and brush up on that knowledge, or maybe you haven't worked with Laravel before, go ahead and check out volume 1 of this series. I did a whole other volume where we cover all that information in tons of detail, and we will make sure that you are super comfortable with all of those basics. And then you can come back to this course and pick up and learn all the stuff that you want to learn to give your applications that intermediate level of features. So throughout this course, just to recap, we are going to be expanding on our basic Laravel knowledge with these intermediate topics. We'll be configuring Laravel Mix to make it unique for each application, learning how to do some advanced stuff with Laravel Mix. We'll be working with front-end presets. I'll show you how you can scaffold different CSS preprocessors and different JavaScript front-end frameworks like React or Vue.js and so forth. Then we'll be working with notifications to send emails. We'll not only send HTML emails, but I'll also show you how you can render HTML emails using something simple like Markdown. And then we'll be sending text messages and Slack notifications. I'll show you how to customize Slack notifications so that you can do all sorts of really advanced Slack notifications in Laravel. And all this will be a unified class interface called Notifiable. You'll learn about that throughout the course, so don't worry. Then we'll wrap everything up by learning about APIs and learn how to work with APIs on the server side using PHP, so that on our initial page render, we can use information from an API request, but then also how we can use APIs on the client side so we can get more information without a further page refresh. Putting all this knowledge together to build a simple weather application. So there's a lot to cover throughout this course. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. We're going to be diving into section 1 next. I'll see you guys there.